Jujutsu Kaisen has given us a number of characters and sadly the deaths of said characters, but one thing that stuck out to me is the number of characters that die in the series without either fulfilling their goals or having regrets at the moments of their death. You know what? This is the perfect time to take a break. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, enjoy.
じゃあ、暇な俺の話を聞け。
興味ねえし。
いいかよく聞け。最後に言っておきたいことがある。お前の両親のことだな。
だから興味ねえって。
ユージ。お前は強いから人を助けろ。手の届く範囲でいい。救えるやつは救っとけ。迷ってもいい。感謝されなくても気にするな。とにかく一人でも多く助けてやれ。お前は大勢に囲まれて死ね。俺みたいになるなよ。
Yuji's grandfather is one of those characters. Even though we have seen very little of him in the series, you can clearly sense the sense of regret swirling within him. Right before his death, where he warns his grandson to save as many people as possible to avoid dying alone like he did. Even though he technically didn't die alone with Yuji being by his bedside, but still his regret might tie in with Yuji's parents, which I feel like we'll get a lot more information about later on in the series. I mean, we know Kenjaku we know what he was doing. I don't even need to elaborate on here. YouTube algorithm would not like that.
サトルは最強になった。
すぐる、ちょっと痩せた。大丈夫か？
誰のために？あの日から自分に言い聞かせている。私が見たものは何も珍しくない。周知の醜悪。ブレるな。術師としての責任を果たせ。サルメ。
The second character that we have to talk about is technically a character that his ambitions were not fulfilled while he was alive or in the present timeline, who is Geto, Satoru Gojo's best friend. Because we know he wanted to see the end of the human society and he wanted to see Jujutsu sorcerers at the top and he didn't want them to no longer be hiding. He wanted Jujutsu to be at the forefront of society and anybody that did not wield the power of cursed energy to be subservient essentially. But he never saw this dream come to fruition, even though I think that was for the betterment of society as a whole, but that was his goal and we never truly saw it happen and that was what led to his inevitable demise.
Mechamaru? ああ、いたいた。Mechamaru?
すまん、ミワ。少し寝る。
ねえ、Mechamaru。今度お見舞いに行っていい？交流会。野球した後からみんなとの距離がぐっと縮まった気がするの。呪術師って職業柄なのかな？それまではお互い仲良しでもどこか一線を引いてた。
A character also that we tend to ignore or we don't think about too deeply, especially now in the manga, is Mechamaru and especially his relationship with Miwa. He wanted to get a human body so that he will be with Miwa. But even after he got the body, he never got a chance to confess his true feelings with her, even at the very end, where he told her his feelings, but in an abstract way, maybe to protect her feelings of him dying and to avoid her having the regrets of what would have happened and him never being able to basically elaborate his feelings to her face to face. Partly also I think is because he did not know how she would take on his feelings, because throughout their interactions she never saw him physically. She saw his quote-unquote robot body, but she never saw him and his quote-unquote blow-up. But we know that she kind of had feelings for him, but that was never meant to be and what could have happened, I guess. But he was happy watching her from the shadows and protecting her from there.
自分はやりがいとか生きがいなんてものとは無縁の人間。3、40歳までに適当に稼いで、あとは物価の安い国でふらふらと人生を謳歌する。
Nanami. He's one of these characters also that died with some regret in his heart. Nanami's desire for a peaceful retirement was evident, up to his very last moment in life where he was dreaming of being retired in Malaysia, reading books and enjoying the beach and scenery, which affects the lingering regret that he was unable to live that life, even though his smile at the end to Yuji shows his contentment with his lot in life. Despite how short it was, bro died at like 27, 28. He knew he left an impact behind, which was Yuji as a kid, who he saw as a nephew figure. Like, he had an uncle-nephew relationship with him and he deeply cared about him. But as you would know, we've spoken about Nanami's impact in Yuji's life in greater detail in our video, The Sun and Moon of Yuji, Nanami and Gojo. Check it out if you haven't. I'm gonna link it down below.
中2の時ど田舎に引っ越したんですよ。そこで2人の女の子7個下か、特に野原ちゃんって子がすごい懐いてくれて、連絡先は交換しなかったんです。徐々に疎遠になるのが怖くって。元気かな、野原ちゃん。
Nobara and her relationship with Saori. Growing up, Nobara didn't have any feeling of belonging to her village. Even though it was a small and pretty tight-knit community, she felt suffocated with the way it was, and from a young age she knew she wanted to leave the village when she grew up. And that was when she met this girl that was older than her by about 7 to 10 years, named Saori, who essentially hung out with her and her friend and treated her like an older sister would. Nobara wanted this relationship as she never had an older sister. But eventually she left the village without exchanging any contact information with Nobara or her friend. Flash forward years later, it was Nobara's turn to leave the village for Jujutsu High. When she says goodbye to her friend, she mentions how she looks forward to the day that her friend, and Miss Saori would meet up and catch up, especially when her friend leaves the city also. But as we know, that never happened. But anyway, yeah, that has been our video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let us know what character that you feel needs to be in this list but was missed, or what character we hope to see fulfill their dream, even if it's after their death or we get more information about their dream. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thumbs up.